The Department of Justice has made a decision about Jerome Powell, and the decision is as revealing in what it tells us about how the Trump administration has been using the machinery of federal law enforcement as it is about the underlying facts of the renovation project that was the stated subject of the investigation. The criminal probe of the Federal Reserve Chairman over central bank renovations is being dropped, and the circumstances surrounding that probe, its initiation, its existence, its public disclosure at a moment of maximum political utility for an administration that has been waging an escalating war against Powell's interest rate decisions, and now its termination, tell a story about the relationship between prosecutorial power and political pressure that demands the most honest and most thorough examination that journalism can provide. Let us be direct about what the existence of this investigation represented before we examine what its termination means. A criminal probe of the chairman of the Federal Reserve, initiated and conducted by a Justice Department whose leadership was appointed by the president, who has been publicly and repeatedly demanding that the Fed chair lower interest rates, who has been threatening to fire Powell, who has been attacking Powell's competence and his integrity in public statements, and who has made clear that he views the Federal Reserve's independence as an obstacle to his policy agenda, is not a criminal probe that exists in a political vacuum. It exists in a specific political context that shapes how it must be understood and assessed. The renovation project that was the stated subject of the criminal investigation involves work done at Federal Reserve facilities that critics of the spending argued was excessive, that the dollar amounts involved were inappropriate for a public institution, and that the decision-making process surrounding the renovations warranted criminal scrutiny. These are the stated factual predicates for the investigation. They are the specific allegations that the Justice Department would have been required to present as the basis for any criminal investigation of a sitting Fed chairman. The legal question of whether the specific facts of the Federal Reserve renovation project meet the threshold for criminal investigation, whether there is credible evidence of criminal intent, of fraud, of the misuse of public funds in ways that rise to the level of federal criminal offenses, rather than poor administrative judgment or questionable spending priorities, is a question that career prosecutors in the Department of Justice evaluate according to professional standards that are supposed to be insulated from political pressure. The Justice Department's own guidelines, the principles of federal prosecution that have been developed over decades to ensure the integrity of prosecutorial decision-making, require that criminal investigations be initiated and pursued based on the evidence and the law, rather than on the political utility of the investigation to any individual or any administration. The specific timing of the disclosure that this investigation existed and the specific timing of its termination are the elements that are generating the most pointed and most legitimate concern from legal ethics experts, from former prosecutors, and from the constitutional scholars who have been watching the Trump administration's relationship with the Justice Department with sustained alarm throughout the second term. The investigation appears to have become publicly known at a moment when the administration's conflict with Powell over interest rates was at its most intense and most public. The public disclosure of a criminal investigation into the Fed chairman, even if the investigation itself was not being actively pursued with any genuine expectation of prosecution, functions as a form of political pressure on the investigated individual that is separate from and additional to the explicit presidential threats about firing that had already been deployed. A Fed chairman who knows that the Justice Department of the administration attacking his interest rate decisions has opened a criminal investigation into his conduct is a Fed chairman who is operating under a specific and targeted form of institutional pressure that the framers of Federal Reserve independence never anticipated, and that the existing legal protections for that independence do not specifically address. The dropping of the investigation, which is what is now being reported, raises its own set of questions that are distinct from but connected to the questions raised by its initiation. Criminal investigations are dropped for one of several different reasons. They are dropped when the evidence does not support prosecution, when the legal theory underlying the investigation turns out to be legally insufficient, when the factual predicate for the investigation proves upon examination to be weaker than it initially appeared, or when the prosecutorial judgment is made that the public interest does not warrant the expenditure of investigative resources that prosecution would require. These are the legitimate reasons that investigations are closed without prosecution, and they are reasons that reflect the professional judgment of career prosecutors applying established legal standards. But investigations are also sometimes dropped for reasons that are less legitimate and less consistent with the independence of prosecutorial decision-making, from political pressure. They are dropped when political circumstances change in ways that reduce the utility of the investigation as a political instrument. They are dropped when the investigation has served its purpose as a public signal of prosecutorial attention, regardless of whether prosecution was ever genuinely intended. They are dropped when continuing the investigation creates political complications that outweigh the political benefits that initiated it. The specific reason that the criminal probe of Jerome Powell over Federal Reserve renovations is being dropped is the question that the legal and political community is urgently trying to establish. If career prosecutors at the Justice Department reviewed the evidence and determines that it did not support prosecution, the dropping of the investigation is a legitimate exercise of professional prosecutorial judgment, and the investigation itself, while concerning in its political context, produced the outcome that the professional standards of prosecution require. If the investigation is being dropped because the political utility of maintaining it has diminished, because Powell has been sufficiently pressured, or the administration has decided to manage the Fed confrontation through different mechanisms, the termination of the investigation on those grounds is itself a serious violation of the professional standards that are supposed to govern prosecutorial decision-making. Jerome Powell's response to the dropping of the investigation, whatever it is, and however he chooses to communicate it publicly, will be one of the most carefully watched statements he makes during this entire period of his embattled tenure as Fed chairman. A Fed chairman who acknowledges relief at the termination of an investigation that was creating pressure on his decision-making is implicitly acknowledging that the investigation was affecting his independence in ways that should never have been allowed to occur. A Fed chairman who responds with the kind of institutional dignity that treats the dropping of the investigation as a routine prosecutorial outcome unconnected to the political context in which it arose is sending a different kind of signal about his assessment of his own institutional position and his determination to maintain the independence that his role requires. The congressional reaction to the dropping of the investigation is developing along predictable partisan lines, with some notable exceptions. Democrats, who have been most vocal about the Trump administration's weaponization of the Justice Department for political purposes, are treating the dropping of the Powell investigation as further evidence of the pattern they have been documenting. An investigation initiated for political reasons being dropped when those reasons have changed, with the entire episode representing an inappropriate use of prosecutorial power in the service of presidential political objectives. Republican members who have been quietly concerned about the administration's approach to Federal Reserve independence, but who have been reluctant to say so publicly, are watching the dropping of the investigation with the specific relief that comes from a potential constitutional crisis being averted without requiring them to take a public position that would create friction with the White House. The Federal Reserve's own institutional response to the dropping of the investigation involves a delicate navigation between the need to maintain the appearance of independence and the reality of having been subjected to a criminal investigation initiated in a context of presidential political pressure. The Fed's communications operation, which has been carefully managing the institution's public posture throughout the period of escalating presidential attacks on Powell, will be working to frame the dropping of the investigation in terms that reinforce the narrative of Federal Reserve independence being maintained despite the pressure, rather than the narrative of a compromised institution operating under the shadow of politically motivated prosecutorial pressure. The renovation project itself, the specific spending decisions that were the stated factual predicate for the investigation, deserves honest examination separate from the political context in which the investigation was conducted. If Federal Reserve spending on facility renovations was genuinely excessive, if the decision-making process was genuinely flawed, if public money was spent in ways that reasonable people would find indefensible, those are legitimate accountability concerns that deserve appropriate scrutiny through the audit mechanisms, the Inspector General processes, and the congressional oversight functions that exist for exactly these purposes. The appropriate vehicle for that scrutiny is not a criminal investigation initiated by a politically compromised Justice Department at a moment of maximum conflict with the investigated individual. It is the professional, independent, institutionally credible oversight processes that are designed to evaluate exactly these kinds of spending decisions. The dropping of the criminal probe does not end the accountability conversation about Federal Reserve renovation spending. What it does end, at least in this specific form, is the use of criminal prosecution as a political weapon in the administration's ongoing conflict with the institution whose independence is the most fundamental protection available to the American economy against the politicization of monetary policy. Jerome Powell is still the Fed chairman. He is still refusing to cut interest rates on presidential demand, and the administration's conflict with the institution he leads has not been resolved by the dropping of this investigation. It has simply lost one of the pressure instruments that was being applied in that conflict. The probe is dropped. The questions it raised are not.